Today we're going to be taking a look at one of the best LEGO Star Wars sets ever made, the 75021 Republic Gunship from Attack of the Clones. The set released in 2013 for €120 and dollars. It came with 7 minifigs and 1,175 pieces. The gunship was part of the Summer Wave, which was almost exclusively based on Attack of the Clones Geonosis. Being kind of normal for playsets back then, the set also came with an awesome poster I will show you later on in the review. And of course, everything in this video is just my personal opinion, and I've bought the set with my own personal money. And this video is neither sponsored nor authorized by the LEGO Group. And now, enjoy the review. Taking a look at the box art, we of course see the LEGO and Star Wars logo on the top left and the green Yoda on the right side of the box. And on the bottom right you can see the 7 minifigures of the lineup. I also like the new box arts where they show the characters of shows the set is based on, but not gonna lie, these old ones, maybe I prefer them, they are just something special. On the back you can see all the play features and minifigures in action and an awesome picture of Obi-Wan, Anakin and Padme on the top right. So now that's enough for the box art, now you're gonna get a closer look at the minifigure lineup for the set. Starting off with Padawan Anakin, we got a smiling face on the front and a kind of more angry look on the back of his head. He comes with a green lightsaber and this light brown hair piece. The color is kinda accurate, but maybe a tad darker would have been better. It comes with torso, front and back printing, also leg printing, which is not the normal case for figures in 2013. So overall a nice figure. The only change I would have made is maybe the hair. Also a part of the set is Anakin's wife Padme Amidala in her Geonosis outfit. She comes with a blaster, front and back printing, a double-sided face where the second expression is maybe a little bit over the top, and a nice new hairpiece created specially for her. On the back, LEGO gave her a back print of her ripped Geonosis Arena outfit and the scratch marks she got from the animal of the Geonosis Arena, which does look fairly awesome. Besides the Queen Amidala minifigure from episode 1, this is probably my favorite LEGO representation of her. The second and last Jedi minifigure in the set is Anakin's master, Obi-Wan Kenobi. He comes with a blue lightsaber, front and back printing, a second face which is kind of an angry face, and his long hair which should represent his mullet. They both look awesome together and do represent the episode 2 look, only the hair pieces are not 100% accurate. I feel like LEGO could have done a little bit better with that. The first of only 2 clone minifigures in the set is a clone pilot. He comes with a small blaster, front and back printing, and with no leg printing. This is kind of normal for clone minifigures back then, but I'm happy that LEGO changed it with the future. He also comes with the old standard clone face, which is the angry clone face that they later on changed to the new one. The pilot has awesome printing on his chest and on his helmet with these Republic logos and the yellow striping all over his helmet. It's slightly inaccurate though, pilots don't have the fin in episode 2. So it's a little sad LEGO didn't make a new mold for the pilot, but there are rumors that there are new pilot minifigures being released in 2025, so I'm stoked to see what LEGO has done to them. The second and last Clone Trooper minifigure is the Clone Trooper Captain. He also has no printing on the legs, front and back printing with those nice red markings on his chest, comes with red arms, a nice red painting on his helmet, and comes with a long blaster rifle. Back then LEGO included a couple of those higher ranked Phase 1 clones in the sets. There was a green sergeant, a blue lieutenant, a yellow commander, and a red captain which was included in the gunship. The red captain is also the most expensive out of these 4, he goes for around 45 to 50 bucks on BrickLink. And he of course also came with the angry clone face. Here you can see a side by side with the old angry clone face and the new 2020 introduced Nougat clone head. I think it's a great change that LEGO went for a more accurate version and I think it does look far better. The Separatists also got a slight representation in the set with 2 super battle droids, both being identical figures and looking pretty decent for the time. Even though they look pretty accurate to the source material even back then, they were a nightmare for collectors and children to play with. Parts of the Super Battle Droid, especially the legs, were super fragile and tend to break very often. It took LEGO about 10 years to bring out a new Super Battle Droid to try to fix the issue. On the left side you can see the new mold, which the biggest difference is probably the little dot on his chest, but the whole figure in general feels way more stable and robust, and I hope in the future we won't have to worry about our Super Battle Droids breaking so often. So that's it for the minifigures, and now we're gonna take a look at the beautiful gunship. And this is, in my opinion, next to the UCS gunship, the best version LEGO has ever made. It's the perfect mix between a playset and a display piece for collectors. It doesn't matter if it is played all by itself alone, or if you bump up the whole troop area with a bunch of clones, it always looks incredible. This thing is awesome. The gunship is actually close to being minifig scale, so it's the perfect possibility for you to put it in a mock or in a battle scene on your shelf. Even from the front, the set looks pretty imposing. They've got a lot of the angles and the details on the nose of the ship right. Lego nailed pretty much all of the proportions of the gunship. The two cockpits look awesome, and the sloping up to the top of the kind of roof looks pretty good. The back of the ship looks decent, but this is probably the weakest point of the set. I'm also a big fan of the top-down look. This thing looks just right out of the movie. Now coming to the play functions, you can of course open both of the cockpits. And on the inside there are two control panels which are accurate to the movie, but sadly a sticker. And of course you can put pilots in the cockpits. Sadly Lego only included one in the set, so you gotta find another one somewhere else. Also worth mentioning, the seat area is half tiled, half studs, so it's pretty easy to put them in and out of the seat, and they aren't as likely to be stuck in the cockpit. This being the Episode 2 gunship, you of course got the laser turrets instead of the closing doors on the side. They of course can be folded in and out pretty easily, and you can also remove them if you choose so. Getting a clone inside of the bubble turret is pretty okay. It can be a little bit flimsy at times, but it's pretty much doable. The bigger problem I have is with the look, as it's open at the back of the bubble turret, which is not accurate to the movie. It's of course not a UCS set where they did it better, but I hope that in the future, when Lego does the Episode 2 gunship, they find another solution to kind of finish the back. On both wings, you also got these bubbles on top of them. They also got a nice print as the side turrets, and you can put a clone minifig in there. Inside of it, there's a sticker control panel. Putting a clone inside of there is not very accurate to the movie, but as it's a playset, this is a cool play feature, and I'll give it a pass. And I also gotta admit, it does look very cool when it's fully filled up with clones. On both sides of the gunship you got these storage containers where you can store some weapons or other things in for your next battle. They do open up very easily and can be closed very tightly, so you don't have to worry about anything falling out of it. The doors can swing open really easy. It does look a little bit harder in the video than it actually is, and they do free up a lot of space in the troop area. The doors can also be opened up with a little lever mechanism on the back of the ship, which makes it easier to open them up. And the doors of course got these black tiles as window stripes, which does look good. On the backside there's a turret that you can move freely in any direction you choose. And slightly above the turret there is another little storage included. Down below there is the back door that you can open up. This reveals a brown speeder bike, which is not only a cool play feature, but I believe also accurate to the in-universe model. The speeder bike is not the most beautiful iteration that LEGO has ever done, but it allows for some cool play features and fun while playing, which this model is essentially made for. The troop area does not only have space for your troopers, but also a little crate which you can open up. This reveals the Jedi holocron, which is a cool inclusion. On the nose of the gunship you find these two laser turrets, which you can move in any direction you want, and they do actually stay in place. Under the cockpits, right next to the little hallway, there is a storage which you can open up. This reveals some reload ammunition for the top guns. This is a solid inclusion, but I feel like the commando station that you got with the old Clone Wars version was a little bit cooler than this one. On the top there are these flickfire missiles, which instead of just a optical detail are now a play feature that you can flick them out, and the real ammunition is exactly for these. On the side of the wings you can already see those sticker details which do add on the detail. It's sad that these are cheap stickers because after some time they tend to peel off. I hope that in the future they do print these parts. This is also a reason why I got some printed parts for my UCS gunship. On the side of the gunship there are also a couple of stickers, such as these orange triangle details and the Republic logos. At least those logos could have been printed. These stickers are pretty annoying. And the probably best play feature is the carry handle on top of the gunship. This is the first gunship that included this, and it is an awesome addition. It does allow for some pretty easy pickup while playing, and you can easily swoosh it around and play with it or move it from shelf to shelf. This is an awesome thing, and I am happy that LEGO included it. So now this is enough for all the functions and play features. Let's fill this bad boy up with some clone troopers. And now fully filled up with clones, this does look amazing. It does look just right out of the movie. It is pretty close to minifigure scale. And it makes way more sense and does look way better than filling the UCS gunship up with clones. Don't get me wrong, I love the UCS model and it is the best gunship when it comes to the model itself. But when it comes to displaying or playing with the gunship, this is the way to go. It has a lot of space for your troopers and figures in general. If I had this as a kid, I would have loved it. And now as an AFOL and adult collector, I love this thing too. I've got it a couple years ago and don't regret a single penny I spent on it. And of course, as promised, here's a look at the beautiful poster included with the set. You see a couple of gunships flying in the sky over Geonosis battle scene. You see a homing spider droid from 2013 in the back and also a couple of snail tanks down on the right. You see our heroes, Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Padme fighting against the droids, and it does look awesome. And on the back of the poster, you can see a total minifigure lineup of all LEGO Star Wars minifigures from 2013. There also was a second poster released in the big 2013 playset sail barge. Here you can see the sail barge in action with the prior release of the Desert Skiff. The backside of the poster is just the same minifigure lineup. So if I would need to choose between the 2013 gunship, the newest Coruscant Guard gunship, which I own a slightly modified version of, or the UCS gunship, I would probably still pick the Playscale model from 2013. Overall, in my opinion, this is just the best overall set you can get. It has enough space for troopers, even though the minifigure selection is a little bit lackluster as the inaccuracies with the Jedi and not even one normal regular trooper and only one pilot. This is an awesome set. I do appreciate LEGO doing a new version with the Coruscant Guard gunship, but I feel like a lot of people would still prefer this one, and I hope in future we get a new version of the Episode 2 gunship. So this marks the end of the review. I hope you enjoyed it. Of course, everything in this video is just my personal opinion. So I would love to hear your opinion down in the comments below. What is your favorite LEGO gunship and do you own the 2013 model? Hope you enjoyed the review. Leave a like and comment down below if you do so. Leave a sub if you don't want to miss anything. Feel free to check out the other reviews. Until then, have a nice day.